There has also still been massive amounts of ESP psychic terrorism at the Starbucks in Malibu. There has also been massive amounts of ESP psychic terrorism outside and around the area around the Starbucks in Malibu. There was also the community center staff member at the Malibu Park Bluffs that tried to use the same yell at or lecture or chastise Chakanji Raka in order to initiate a large-scale gang rape. The same way Fagvin Davis tried it to, the same way Fagvin Davis tried to initiate a gang rape in Portland, Oregon in 2010. Same with the overweight yelling screamer at the Saturday market that tried to initiate a gang rape by yelling at Chakanji Raka. Same with the Nosferatu supposed former cop at the Food for Less who tried to initiate a gang rape by yelling and screaming at Chakanji Raka, along with the other bald-headed Nosferatu at the Khmer Buddhism Festival, Buddhist New Year's Festival that tried to initiate a gang rape by yelling and screaming at Chakanji Raka or trying to supposedly lecture, chastise Chakanji Raka. The same with the sheriffs that tried to lecture and chastise Chakanji Raka with the Fagidni, Fagenis, who okay, are you serious? Gang rape, terrorist gang organization, along with their sexual assault that the two sheriffs tried to perform against Chakanji Raka, along with Fagwin, Faghames, Fagunias, who also tried to yell at Chakanji Raka to initiate a large-scale gang rape, along with several other terrorists, along with all the frame-ups that go along with the terrorists and gang rapists trying to initiate the gang rapes by yelling at Chakanji Raka or trying to have Chakanji Raka supposedly lectured or fag-appled, including the tall fag African American supposed maintenance worker of the Malibu area that also tried to yell at Chakanji Raka, where the tall fag African American also said the exact code name or proper name of the Fagamas, which the tall fag African American maintenance worker shouldn't have known about the Fagamas. There's also the methamphetamine Starbucks staff member, female employee person that's also a terrorist. Not really a person, but it's also a terrorist. There's also the various terrorists at the Bellflower Plasma Center, including another terrorist that looks similar to Fagdudu, that also tried to use the faggot spur behind Chakanji Raka's back, including the tall African American fagat staff, African American male staff member that also tried to faggot spur behind Chakanji Raka's back, including an overweight fag African American female at the Plasma Center that also tried to faggot spur behind Chakanji Raka's back, including the industrial sabotage of Chakanji Raka's blood plasma center tests to try and force Chakanji Raka to starve to death, along with also forcing and initiating or activating the gang rapes that always go with the frame-ups, the starvations, and other sabotage techniques being used against Chakanji Raka. There was also something about the new Asian female at the Plasma Center that might also be a gang rape victim. There was also, what else? There's also, there's still multiple various terrorists showing up and fraudulating as if they're baseball teams when they're really gang rapists, murderers, kidnappers, abductors, forced indoctrinators, forced sexual enslavement, forced prostitution, plus other forms of dishonor desecration, including body part trafficking and voodooing with the body parts. There's also been multiple light flashes around Chakamajiviraka at the Malibu Park Bluffs hideout in the ravine area where his hideout's at. There's also been multiple light flashes around the Starbucks area, including line flashes that look similar to either energy lines or box lines or something similar to that effect. Then there's also possible kidnapping and rape of a female that was possibly from the LA Fitness area. That was several days ago. There was also an I Love You female that never showed up. That was also probably kidnapped over there near the other Starbucks and the movie theater area of Malibu. There was also two Fagahara skateboard gangsters, or Fagith and Fegmai skateboard gangsters, that are known for knocking a female out with a skateboard, then raping her. There was also a large Spanish-speaking Fagateria terrorist that seems to work for Fagith and Fegmai, the Fagamas, the Fagators, the Fagish and Fagathlics, the body part traffickers, the Fagol and Bones, the Fagirates, the cannibals, and other dishonors and desecrators and terrorists that was harassing Chakamajiviraka on the Metro bus, along with some other overweight Spanish-speaking terrorists that work for the Fagamas and the Fagbodians. The overweight larger one was ID'd or spotted at the Malibu Starbucks where Chakamajiviraka was hanging out yesterday or the day before. And then there was also another ID or eyewitness spotting of the same large Spanish-speaking Fagateria, Fagisper over at the corner area of the Rouse parking lot in Malibu where all the garbage bags are piled up, along with a possible ID of a rape victim or kidnap victim, minus the subliminal saying "our." Since the subliminal saying "our" or saying "our," it's pretty obvious that through some kind of ESP psychic ability, the gang rapists and terrorists are spying on this report. Then there was also supposedly Jasmine Brown supposed to come visit Chakamajiviraka someplace somewhere. There's also several possible IDs of what could have been possibly Jasmine Brown in disguise, or with her hair color changed, or with her skin color changed. Then there was also several IDs of John Buchanan, one of John Buchanan on the metro train standing next to Chakamajiviraka, where the person didn't look exactly like John Buchanan, it looked a little bit similar to John Buchanan, along with the person looking similar to John Buchanan telling some Vegaspurs to leave the train and go some other direction, along with what could have possibly been John Buchanan near the 26 and Bergamot station near a park at an apartment complex, along with a few minutes later the same person looks similar to John Buchanan near the 10 freeway a few blocks away from the apartment complex, but though with not enough time for the person from the apartment complex to run all the way over to the other location, possibly either that being evidence that if that was John Buchanan at that apartment complex, that John Buchanan somehow slipped through time, along with the person that looks similar to John Buchanan with broken front teeth or somewhat cracked or broken front teeth minus the Fagbillion accent. Minus the Fagbillion accent, subliminal poo-poo. Along with what was possibly either Jasmine Brown or some other Virginia Blood girl, or possibly the I Love You Virginia Blood girl that was either forced to turn bleach blonde and or white skinned and or a slightly tan skin at the Malibu Community Center Park Bluffs, or Malibu Park Bluffs Community Center building she was in a skirt with a smaller top. Then there was also a possible sighting of either Jasmine Brown or the I Love You girl or some other female that was walking with some male when Shekinah Rock was singing at a tunnel over near the 10 freeway or at the 10 freeway somewhere. It's also another possible. They're all definitely Shekinah Rock's girls. He just doesn't know if they're girls from different points. Don't say different. He doesn't know if they're girls from his past or other parts of his life that are hiding out in disguises, or were probably kidnapped, raped, and then put into some kind of disguise to be, we call it, severely terrorized as rape puppets, the way some of those other females were. There was also multiple Fagentagrams and Fegispers all along the various metro lines, including a large terrorist gang that was using the music video quote of My Girl in reference to the kidnapping, rape, abduction, murder, body part trafficking, terrorist music video gang, with their music video of My Girl, with the singer looking similar to one of those Plasma Center staff member employees with the evil eyebrows and face, along with the Fagbrella hand and the Faghone hand, along with the Fagturney rape touch technique, along with those hundreds of, or at least tens to near hundreds of terrorists also rolling with some terrorist individual that looks similar to an Hasidic Jew, or what do you call it, Hasidic Muslim with the hair all curly, along with what looked to be a talking Chihuahua-ish dog that appeared to be rolling with a large African or Fag African American female, similar to the large Fag African American female that was at Rocket One's or Fagocket One's Fagulu Warehouse in Portland, Oregon at the Fag Almond Street Studios, along with some kind of ESP psychic message saying that the Fag African American female has been dumping the fat overweight energy onto a bunch of innocent victims as human sacrifice victims, and that overweight Fag Amy of the Fag Kicking Heads of Fag Ortland and Fag Enver has also been doing the same human sacrifice and dump murder technique of dumping the overweight fat on innocent individuals, plus other terrorisms.